So the whole point of the process was to go from Egypt, where they were under this slavery sort of regime, into the promised land. And we always, kind of refer to the idea of the Exodus in Egypt being a type and shadow of the greater Exodus that we look forward to. So we have this excitement of anticipation looking forward to this greater Exodus. And so what's really forming here is a nation, a community. We can call this the forever community. I mean, one of the things I believe MTOI is to be a small part in. I certainly have no illusions or delusions of grandeur here. But I believe that MTOI can certainly be a stepping stone or a part of the process of preparing the body for the forever community. Because after all, we all talk about, well, I want to live with the Creator forever. I want to live with Yahweh forever. Well, it's not just going to be you and Him. There's going to be a lot of other people there. And they're going to be, hopefully, you guys. And if we can't learn to love each other now and deal with each other now, how are we going to deal with that forever? And by the way, that whole Christian mindset, if He's just going to take out our old heart and put in a new one, like He's going to wave His magic wand and you're not going to be you anymore, forget that. That's not scriptural. That's not going to happen. Because after all, if that's all it took, why are we still here? What's He waiting for? He could do that anytime. Think about it. If that's all it took, what's the delay? He could choose at any moment just to go and give you all new hearts, all new minds, and then you're now a whole bunch of clone something else's. See, they're looking at it saying, I'll have to change everything. And everybody else around me won't be. And they're going to look at me funny, and they're going to ask me what I'm doing, and they're going to pick on me, and they're going to mock me, and they're going to call me Jew. What are you, a Jew now? They never just say, hey, by the way, what do you think you're Jewish now? No, they go, what are you, a Jew now? Am I wrong? Nobody ever just says, well, that's weird. Are you Jewish? They never ask it in like just sort of a nice asking way. It has that little, are you a Jew? You trying to be a Jew? I don't know. My Bible says it's of the Jew first. Deal with it. My Messiah was Jewish. You know how many Christians don't know that? I'm not kidding. They have no idea. I mean, no, he was Christian. And so I want us to examine our lives and say, have I had a spying out the land experience? Am I still having some of that? Is there still stuff that's scaring me, that's keeping me from being all in? Because this is an all-in type of thing. Okay, you can't be 90-something% in and 10% in the world, or even 1% in the world. It's 100% in or you're out. Abba wants all of you. He wants lock, stock, barrel, the whole thing. Okay? So let's examine ourselves, because we're trying to understand what was going on as they came out. When they came out, they had all kinds of fears, all kinds of insecurities, all kinds of concerns, and a whole lot of what in the world is going on? They're going through the wilderness as they're heading towards the land, and we've got Korach, and we've got other rebellions that come about where people want to challenge that leadership and decide, well, And by the way, you notice how when Korach did it, and also when Aaron and Miriam did it, Moses' own brother and sister. Now, of course, they didn't know each other that well for that many years because he wasn't with them most of the time. But still, what was the whole thing going? This is what I love. And by the way, don't hesitate to recognize this in your own head. What are they saying to Moses? Well, didn't he call us too? Aren't we also called of Yahweh? Didn't he also bring us out? What makes you so special and different? Don't you hear those things going around in groups? Why do we need a leader? Aren't I can be the leader. I'm called out. I'm saved. I'm saved. So then what happens? So now we're coming out on this journey, and they end up in the wilderness for 40 years. So what was supposed to be accomplished in those 40 years? So in the 40 years, and this is kind of again, we're comparing our lives to their lives. Just like in Deuteronomy 8:2, it says that he led them through the wilderness for 40 years. for a process that we're also being led through our own personal wildernesses for however many years. To do what? To humble us. Okay, that's the first part of Deuteronomy 8:2. To humble you. And that's something we have to all realize. Oh, I'm very humble. I don't have any pride issues. I don't think anything. I think I'm nothing. You know what? Pride can look like anything. You know, when you came to learn about Torah observance and where you were before and all the things that were lied to you about and everything we had wrong, if you had tried to fix them all overnight, I know some of you did, you can't. I know some of you said, I got to fix everything right now. Well, you can't fix everything right now because you don't even know what you need to fix yet. Okay? Even if I was right about everything I've said, it's 300 teachings out there to help get you right. You couldn't do that right one day. And I'm not saying I'm right about everything. I'm just saying there's just too much. You can't fix this in one day. What you have to do is you have to grow in that direction. You want to be always moving forward. And that's what MTY is about. Messianic Torah Observant Israel as a ministry is trying to get you to get moving forward and keep moving forward towards the goal, which is to be like him, to be like Yeshua, to be transformed and conformed into his image, into his character. Because what have I been teaching you? It's on the back of those t-shirts that we have now, right? Torah is going to bless you. You want to be blessed? Sir, yes, sir. That brings blessing. Okay? We'll change that to Hebraic. Hineni. That's sort of the Abraham saying, here, I'm ready, reporting for duty. Here I am. Here I am. But it's not just here I am anything. It's here I am ready to do. Ready? Whatever you say, I'm ready. Tell me what to do and I'm there. Okay? Hineni. But are you really ready to hineni? Look, I'm trying to get to the really heart of the real issue. People. All right? It's the people stuff. I mean, we like to think about, oh yes, we're going to become Torah observant and we want to please Yahweh and we want to be in the kingdom. But do you ever really think about what being in the kingdom is going to be really like? Oh, we're going to be awesome and we're going to be kings and priests and everybody's going to listen to us. Really? Not until you learn to listen to him and love everybody else. Now, I'm not saying you don't have to love him. I already know you want to love him. But you're going to have to learn to love everybody else. Some of you don't even love yourselves. You have to learn to do that first. Stop just being this broken, damaged thing and allow the healing process to go forward. Allow space for others to also heal and grow forward and allow us to become transformed into the image of the Son, because then we know we love the Son. So the more we become like him, the more it'll be easy on each other. But in the meantime, he loves you. Now remember this now. He loves you as messed up as you are. See, he doesn't just want you to love your neighbor as yourself. He wants you to love your neighbor as he loves your neighbor. That's a whole nother level, isn't it? He wants you to love me like he loves me. He wants me to love you like he loves you. What if you could find a bunch of people that can get past all of that ridiculous people stuff and actually just see you as another broken person who needs to be loved? What if that could happen? What if a ministry could promote that? And what if we could do that all for each other and only see a child of the living Elohim who's just trying like we are to be changed? Right now, we are in the same type of journey. We're in what's called the dispersion, the diaspora. We're the scattered Israelites coming together as he's calling the sheep who know his voice. And we're coming and gathering together and we're rehearsing and practicing so we're ready for the forever kingdom, for the forever community.